everyone. I know I already did a video today, but I wanted to talk about butterflies and how they're stalking me. So one of the first noticeable times I saw a butterfly interact with me and who I was around was about a month ago when I was with my sister-in-law, who's pretty much spiritually awakening too. She's in her process and she's been in it for a little while. But me and her were in my car and everything was malfunctioning. The car was malfunctioning, my phone was malfunctioning, like it just wasn't working. My phone was glitching and it was a phone I had just gotten the day before. So I didn't understand why it was glitching and the car had no reason to be glitching. So I'm trying to start up the car and it's doing that little sound that I never heard it do before, and my phone is just glitching. I show my sister-in-law while she's taking a smoke break and I'm like, is this weird to you? And she's like, yeah, that is weird. I was like, this is a new phone. She was like, I know. And we're trying to figure out what's going on with the car. And then all of a sudden, a butterfly flies in the car and everything starts working. And I'm not even being dramatic. If my sister-in-law was here with me, she would confirm too. So after the butterfly flies in the car, everything starts working. We're like, okay, time to go see a psychic. Like, that's where we were going to go anyway. But, you know, me and my sister-in-law were kind of freaking out because we were like, why is something trying to stop the car from working? Because the night prior to that was the night that the shadow person had ran at me. So we were just like, we need to go to the psychic, like, now. Like, end of smoke break, get in the car, time to go. Because we were not playing anymore. Like, things being weird and just happening. That whole week, actually, was just throwing us off. Like, one time, we had, you know, the little car chargers that you stick in, it almost looks like the little cigarette thing. It flew out to the back of the car. Never seen that before. How does it just fly out? Like, it's literally magnetized to something. It doesn't just fly out. That was weird. But let's move on to another butterfly experience. About a few days after that, I was on my way to Miami to shoot a couple of my music videos for my latest EP. I was with my director and my mother was driving, and she was just amazed because she just kept seeing butterflies. She was like, I've never seen this many butterflies. She said she saw over about 30 butterflies on the way to Miami, and they were all flying on the highway in front of the truck that we were in, which is really strange because I never really see butterflies on a highway, at least not 30. And she was just like, this is really strange. Why are there so many butterflies? And then she noticed that they were like signaling when a car was kind of like merging over to the lane or something like that. So she started paying more attention to them as we got further and further to Miami. So what she would see would be a butterfly basically hanging out beside a truck that was swerving, and she was like, oh my god, like we gotta get out of this lane because this truck is tripping. And that happened a few times. Of course, like, we're on a 12-hour, how long is that drive? Like 16-hour drive or something like that from Maryland to Miami. And, you know, when cars were swerving, butterflies were showing up, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Lately, actually, butterflies have been hanging out, like, with me. When I leave the house, they're right outside the house. They'll fly across me, and they'll be in front of my car. Like, when I'm driving or I'm making a turn, they'll show up, drive across the car, and fly across the car. I don't know why I said drive. They'll fly across the car, and I'll be like, hi, little butterfly. Or when I'm hanging out with friends outside, they'll fly over to us. And I'll be like, hi, little butterfly. But one time I actually asked them to come closer because I had looked it up and it said something about lost loved ones and angels trying to contact you. And recently a lot of weird stuff had been happening. So I was like, you know what, let me see. I was like, come here, butterfly. And I lied to you not. The butterfly came closer. And I was like, no, come closer. It came closer. And then it started flying away. I was like, no, 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 come closer. And it came closer. And I was like, this really weird. Like, I never saw life like this before, so it was really throwing me off. It was throwing me off. So I was just sitting there outside pondering to myself, like, what is going on with my life and how is it moving so rapidly now? But after that, you know, I was just like, the universe is sending me signs and I need to start listening and stop thinking that things, you know, just happen. Like, there's nothing, basically, that is not just a coincidence. It actually means something. And I hadn't accepted that for a long time. So ever since I started accepting that, I've been meditating more, becoming more spiritually awakened. Today, actually, I was meditating and I was kind of struggling with it, but I opened my eyes and I saw this butterfly just flying around me. And I was like, oh, hi, little butterfly. Because, you know, I talk to butterflies now. I was like, hi, little butterfly. And it flew on my bag. And then I was like, oh, that's so sweet. I was like, do you want crystals? Like, I have some crystals with me. Like, if it wanted to heal from the crystals that I had. And it flew over to my crystal bag. And then I picked it up on my hand because I was like, you know, let me see if it's okay with me touching it. And it was. It just was all over my hand. And I'll put the video of it flying all over my hand or, like, crawling all over my hand in this video, too. But I say that butterflies are stalking me because they kind of are. And I absolutely love it because I love beautiful.
You keep coming back over here. You've been over here for like 10 minutes. Is there something you like? Hmm? Is there something I need to get out of there? Because you keep flying right on there. Hmm?
People say that butterflies are a sign of a loved one giving you a message or a spirit guide or an angel giving you a message. So let me know if you have any butterfly contact and what your experiences are like on this spiritual journey. And I'm so sorry about the dog barking. See you guys later.